Hello, everyone. I'm Johanna B. Moore, and I'd like to welcome you to today's webinar. I'm so excited to share with you what I have to share today. Let's begin. Today, I'm presenting how to win back your time and make more money while working less. This is the art of cutting back, delegating, automating what isn't for you. You can be more productive and do what makes you most valuable and most happy. It's brought to you by our new coaching program, the So Money Business Accelerator, which is a program where ambitious women can learn to create and optimize a business. If you don't know me already, I'm Johanna B. Moore. I'm a Harvard-trained physician. I'm a serial business owner, a life coach, and a mom of twins. I make more money each time I stop working so hard and start filling my time with what I actually want to do and what I'm actually good at. It blows my mind every time. It seems like I should know this already, but I don't. And I have to share with you how you can do it too. Let's begin by talking about why taking on more is like punching yourself in the face, and what you really need to do is less. In my journey, I had to fail big time to finally separate what really makes me happy from what I thought was success. When I really started dedicating everything I've got to living a life that I love instead of slaving to someday reach that life. A few years ago, I thought that in order to increase my income and be indispensable at work, I needed to be perceived as the smartest and hardest working person in the room. Honestly, my mentality didn't really change when I started my first business. I made sure I was everywhere. I took on 4 directorship roles. I spoke at regional conferences. I gave all the resident lectures, no matter what the topic was. And I always said yes to everything. I didn't think that I could earn money doing anything except pathology, which was my profession. And because I left my first job at that time, I didn't have any dermatopathology clients. I didn't have clients in my specific pathology niche. I thought that the only way to earn money at that point was to expand into other pathology categories like lab medicine, surgical pathology, and to move into more leadership and education roles in order to fulfill the amount of work that I needed to do for the salary that I needed without dermatopathology. But that decision only brought me way more hours, so much more work, less confidence in myself because they weren't my superpower, and in the end, less money. Finally, I stepped down from all my successful leadership roles. I let go of hospital positions that I loved. I stopped giving lectures, even though it was so hard to say no. I stopped going to meetings. I moved into a tiny office with nothing on the walls that was freezing. And I started pausing, giving other people a chance to do their jobs. I started saying no and focusing on one thing that was right for me. Admitting that I'd taken on responsibilities that I didn't feel passionate about and that weren't in my zone of genius was really embarrassing and humbling. I felt like a failure. It was really easy to feel like that decision to cut back was a failure. If that was a failure, then so was I. The thought that I was less helpful and less important to the company raised so much fear about my worth and the security of my position and my income. But then something weird happened. After a few months with this new life, I got a bonus. It turns out that by cutting back on all of the things that I thought were making me successful and focusing just on dermatopathology and being the best pathologist that I could be in that tiny niche, I actually was more valuable to my company, and in return received a bonus. You guys, I didn't even think that I was going to make my normal salary. This was shocking to me. Not only was I happier, doing less, taking less time, actually doing things that are important to me outside of work, actually doing things that are important to me inside of work, but I was also more valuable to my company and earning more money because of it. What I've learned is that pattern of prioritizing what's essential to your happiness and your zone of genius, then adding on top of that the discipline of deleting, delegating, and automating systems allows you to earn more money and free up your time to do what you choose to do. And when you apply it to your own business, which I'm doing now, or your own investment portfolio, then you get exponential results when it comes to financial stability and freedom. I am a firm believer that you don't have to be the smartest person in the room to be worthy. You don't have to take care of everything, be everywhere, and work harder and longer to deserve the money that you want. You can have the life that you love now instead of waiting until you're successful enough or until you retire, God forbid. You don't have to please or depend on anyone else to give you the money that you want, because you can create it for yourself. That's what She Is Money is. The woman who is so valuable that she is almost like money. She knows how to create it for herself. This webinar is for you if you are a business owner doing it all and you need strategy and systems to take things off your plate. You have the time and the energy to focus on what you do best for your customers. This is also for you if you don't have a business, if you are an employee or maybe a business partner, trading your time for money with limited ability to call the shots, and you need help upholding boundaries at work while building other streams of salary for leverage. This is not for you if you want to retire now so you can just relax and do nothing. This is not for you if you need to make money right now and you don't want to put in the work to establish new systems, both in your mindset and in your strategy. Yes, once these businesses, processes, and systems are up and running, you will save time. But I am not going to sit here and tell you that it's easy to set them up. It does take some work, some learning, and some support. I am currently in the process of another iteration of doing this in both my businesses and at work. It does take time, thinking, time to learn new things, how to do new strategies, how to use new automations. Sometimes you have to learn tech. Sometimes you have to really be specific about what you're doing and why. That's the only way that you're going to be able to automate anything or to delegate it to something else, is if you have complete clarity in what you want to be doing and why. If you're ready for a no fluff webinar talking about how to actually make this happen, then you are in the right place. There must be a way to actually live a life you love while making the money you want. You know that you are smart enough and ambitious enough to figure it out. I can tell that you are finally ready to get there now. Let's move on. Does everybody out there want to increase your income while protecting your time and your energy, the time and energy that you don't even have right now? Good, because what I'd like to tell you is there is more to money making than just trading your time energy, and focus. It's time that you learned how. The So Money Society helps its members build processes that do just that, whether it's in your current job, in your business, or in your life outside of work. Let's talk about how you can stop wasting all your time and energy on earning. I get it. It's gotten you this far, but now it's time that you moved on to the next level. As high achieving women, we've been told, trade your time for money. We better be earners to fit it all in, because we also have families to care for, and it will be hard, but it will be worth it, because money doesn't grow on trees and you have to work hard for it with blood, sweat, and tears. We spend our whole lives becoming experts to make our time valuable. That way we spend a certain amount of time, but at least we're getting paid well for that. We're high earners. Now we all have that expertise and that skill necessary to be at the top and to be that high earner, but we're tapped out of time. We don't have any more time or energy. We can't earn more by spending more time at work. We're having a hard time taking care of everything else that we've worked so hard for outside of the job. I see you. You're doing it all. If you're here, it means that you woke up today and you said, I am so sick of having made it to the top only to work this hard, and there is no way that this is sustainable for me. I need help. It also means that you've probably tried all the things, but here you are again, thinking to yourself, I'm so sick of working this hard at this point. I still need help. Maybe you've spent all of your money on babysitters, cleaners, people picking your kids up, people even getting your groceries and making you dinner. You read all the efficiency books. You don't know what else to do to fit anything else in. You have all the extra credentials just in case that will help you get the edge. You've signed up for all the things already. You've probably taken multiple courses by the time you've been here, maybe tried other coaching programs. And of course, there's coffee, wine, and chocolate. So here are the myths behind spending time for money. The 10,000 hour rule in order to become a master in something, the 80-hour work week. I don't know if any of you are old enough, but when I went through medical school and my residency, we still worked more than 80 hours. I went to the Massachusetts General Hospital, and in pathology, we worked just as hard, if not harder, than the other subspecialties. People depend on you because you're an expert. Have you ever thought to yourself, I have to hurry up so that they wait because I don't want to waste their time? Or maybe someone's told you you have to work hard and play hard for the life you want. You have to work hard now and save everything so you can retire and enjoy it later, like what, 20, 30 years later? Maybe people have told you it just takes time to know it all. You have an obligation now and you can't let anyone down. You're stuck. And that quality takes time to get it right. All of these thoughts are myths that have been given to us while working on our professions. And I get it. Maybe we're doctors and making a mistake can be life-threatening. Maybe we're lawyers and the same thing. Making a mistake can ruin someone's life. But there are things that you must be very specific about, and there are things that you don't. The key is to realize what is essential and what isn't. This is the truth. Your time is not the only way to earn money. In fact, honestly, it's the least effective way. Most of us are here because we spent our whole lives thinking that if we got a great education and had amazing skills, then we would be able to optimize our income. But honestly, the people who are really optimizing their income are people who are not trading their time for money. Someone else is buying your time from you to free up his or hers if you are working for somebody else. In order to be worth it, experts are high earners. They need to look busy for their employers or for the people who are they're contracted to. But an expert's best work is done at peak state. That means not being busy. That means being in the flow. Of all the hours you've spent training and working, how many do you think were actually really effective? How many times during the week do you say to yourself, I got all that done. I feel really proud of it. We're now in the information age, which means that your expertise and your skill is even less valuable because people can Google it. They can use people virtually to do your job. In that way, you are less needed and potentially replaceable. I don't mean to scare you, but this is the fact of where we are in this day and age. For instance, at my job, I am the in-house dermatopathologist and the director of the program. The other colleagues that I work with work virtually to back me up. That means that my employer does not need to entice someone to move to my area in order to get the work done. This is happening across the board. The fact of the matter is, if you are not on top of the technology and the new changes, as well as on top of your profession, then you are not on the leading edge anymore. Then after all that, something that you love, that you worked all your life to learn how to do and become an expert in, is now becoming something that you are doing until you don't have to be doing it anymore. Let me tell you a little story that relates to this. I was in the physician's lounge at my hospital, and an older retired pathologist was there. And we started talking, and he started telling me about how he wished that people would let him assist in the OR. You guys, this man is like late 80s, maybe 90. He cannot work in the OR anymore. 10 years ago, when I first started, I heard stories about him falling in the OR. That was 10 years ago. But still, he talked all about how much he loved being a surgeon and how being in the OR is the thing that lights him up. Even then, while he was talking, even though he wasn't working, he was in the physician's lounge getting lunch so that he could hang out with his physician friends and be a part of the hospital. I felt mixed feelings about this. On one side, I felt this sense of joy and happiness for him that he had found something that really was his true calling in life, that even after he retired, he still wanted to do it. On the other hand, I thought about my own situation and how I don't really feel that way about dermatopathology. I'm proud of what I can do. I feel an obligation to help everybody around me with the skills that I have. I enjoy teaching other people about dermatopathology, but if I won $1 million tomorrow, I'm not sure if I would continue to work at the capacity that I am right now in dermatopathology. For me, part of the reason why I'm a dermatopathologist is for the paycheck, even now. I was so curious about my thoughts that were in opposition to each other about this topic that I presented it to a women's physician group on Facebook. And the reactions were varying. But one thing that I noticed was that a lot of the women who said that they love being physicians also said that they would not be seen in the physician's lounge after they retired, and that they expected to retire someday. They didn't have to do it for the rest of their lives. That to me was key, is that even though you love it, you don't expect it to be part of your life forever. That made me feel disenchanted, really. I feel like you should have something in your life that produces value for other people and that also produces financial income for you, that you don't ever want to stop, just like the surgeon. That's part of what we're trying to do here, is finding what that is. As a result, you think right now that you must spend your time, energy, and expertise for money. But by buying into that concept, you're creating for yourself a life that you dread, where you don't want to go to work and you don't know how you're going to keep it all together once you get home at the end of the day. And isn't the reason why you're doing all this in the first place is so that you can make more money doing something you love, to enjoy the life that you've worked so hard for? So yes, you do need help. And yes, I can actually help you. Let's talk about how to win back your time, how to win back your life by working less. Gain back your time, your money, and your energy, and actually make money doing what you love for the life you want to enjoy, with boundaries, processes, and delegation. Here's what we're covering. This is my system of clarifying what you can do to serve the world and that lights you up in a way that's sustainable, so you can start earning more money while taking a breath and a step back to redirect towards what you truly love. The old way is trade time for money, push through a hard day's work with no more time, no more energy, and no way to earn more money except directly from your boss or your clients, which keeps you stuck. Here you are, exhaustion with a splash of despair, please. There's no big cash injection to save you because there's nothing changing. From year 1 to year 2 to year 3, maybe you've seen increases in your income as you gained partnership positions or upper management roles. But really, after about year 2 or year 3, most professionals don't really make much more year to year. In fact, in my profession, I found that it was variable by a swing of up to $50,000, even more one year, on whether you earned a certain amount or not. This leaves you wondering, why am I doing this? Did I make a mistake? Am I not good enough? Why is this so hard? When all you really want is more time and money to do what really matters in life. What if year to year you saw that the increase that you were hoping for and it continued to move up instead of staying stagnant? The key to regaining your time and increasing your income is that you need a new plan, not just, I'm going to be the smartest person in the room so that I can gain the highest income per hour. It needs to be something that's fun for you, something that's simple, that's easy to understand. That way it can be effortless. That's why I want to talk about the trap to effortless cash flow overview. If you're here, it's because you don't have the time, energy, or desire to work for your income at this pace. Instead of using your time for money, it's time to use your services and your money to make the money for you. This is done by putting in place systems that produce and sell your product or your services for you. This is a So Money method for success. This is something that we learn in the So Money Society and apply to everything in our lives in order to gain our own versions of success. You go from a normal human working her butt off, trading time for money, to a badass queen who can create the money she wants while living the life she loves. We do this in 3 main steps. First, we believe. We believe that we can do it, that the process actually works, and that it is possible for us. Number 2, we clarify exactly what it is that we want and how we're going to try to get there. Then the third step is to live it, is to continually test for it, to continuously put on habits and processes that allow you to move forward and obtain that goal. Part of living is actually having those systems in place, those habits in place. Part of living is thinking about it, thinking about how you're going to get there and what your mind and your body need to be like in order to perform at their best. This includes journaling. This includes coaching, either by somebody else or self-coaching. This includes meditation, exercise, taking care of yourself. Now, when you apply this to the trap to effortless cash flow, then you're able to use your mindset, your efficiency, your body's capabilities to perform, to actually apply it to your financial income. The first step is become an expert. Then you titre your effort to income. You automate and delegate, and then you diversify. Becoming an expert is about finding your superpower. It's about finding what you are great at, but also what actually lights you up. You need to stop resenting the way that you trade time for money and do something about it. Let's choose how you want to actually have fun making money. It should be irreplaceable to have this bond between doing something that actually fulfills you and excites you and drives passion and making money. Next, stop overworking yourself on a linear model because that's what you were taught to do. We were taught to do something and to get paid for that thing, to spend a certain amount of our time and our effort and to get paid for that unit. But really what we need to do is we need to work only for our own individual threshold of maximum effectiveness and enjoyment by adding residual income. Yes, I do not believe that you shouldn't work ever. I believe that ambitious women who want success, who thrive off of leadership, are the type of women who always want to work hard. But what are you working hard for? And where is your threshold of effectiveness and enjoyment? For instance, in dermatopathology, a lot of dermatopathologists spend hours and hours of the day pushing glass, we call it, seeing as many cases as we can because we get paid per case. Depending on what your company is, you might get paid as much as $30 per case or even more, or as little as $6 or $8 per case. Because of this, some dermatopathologists want to work as much as possible and push as many cases through as possible. For me, I found that my limit of effectiveness and enjoyment is way less than what I thought it would be when I came out of my residency and fellowship programs. Automate and delegate. Stop worrying that you have to be there doing everything to keep the money flowing, and establish workflows, systems, and using AI and other methods to teach other people everything else, including even your zone of genius. And lastly, diversify. Stop allowing your ability and your desire to work or someone else's actions to affect your salary. You do this by continuing to grow and stabilize your income by investing in more and different income streams, offers, and investments. We hear about this all the time when it comes to brokerage funds. Diversify your investments over time and over categories. But nobody ever talks about how you should diversify your income streams over time and over categories. Not only do you earn income through a W-2 employment situation, some people have multiple jobs, multiple employment. Some people have a job and a side gig. Some people have a job and a legitimate side business. Some people only have a job for certain parts of their life. Maybe if they are starting out and their business doesn't have health insurance, they will use a job for health insurance. There are a lot of great reasons why you should be an employee, and you need to understand them and clarify them so that you know how they apply to your life at this one time. Diversification allows you the leverage to choose. We're trapped to effortless in 4 phases. The first phase is becoming an expert, choosing that skill that you enjoy. Titering your effort, income. This is where you break the time-money continuum. You add a product that makes residual income for you. If you're only in an employment position, that would be adding something that brings more value to your boss. The third stage, the third phase, is automate and delegate. Create systems and teach others to perform your tasks. And 4, diversify. Let your business and your money make more money for you. Upgrading from a linear time for money model to an exponential value for money model gives you the power to focus on the experiences that you actually want in life on your terms. Here are the benefits from this system. No more sacrificing sleep and rest for unfinished work. No covering for other people's jobs to people please. No fear of losing clients or your job. No lack of control of your time or your cash flow. No missing out on all the experiences outside of work that you don't want to miss. No spending your entire day doing things that you hate. No sacrificing your own health and happiness for money. No waking up in dread about your workday, and no going to bed disappointed in what did or did not get done. All of these things are possible once you've set up a system that works. Are you ready to go from a normal human to a badass queen, trading your time and happiness for money to trading your automated system for money? Let's go a little deeper into the diminishing returns for most successful women. We get the perfect job or the business that we've worked so hard for all of our lives. We're thinking, yes, now I'm going to have all the money I dreamed of and work less. Then time goes by, you're working your butt off, you're climbing the ladder, you're scratching, biting your way up, and you're making your name. You're thinking to yourself, after I get to the top, I'm going to have all the money I dreamed of and work less. But you're still broke because you've just established yourself. Maybe you've just bought a house. Maybe you're just having kids, and a lot of expenses are coming up that you didn't particularly think about before you got this job. And a little bit more time goes by. By this point, you've made it to the top, but you're working even more than ever. You're thinking to yourself, as soon as we make enough revenue, we'll be able to hire more people. Then I'm going to have all the money I dreamed of and work less. All this time, you want kids really bad, but you can't stop working. Then eventually you start, or alternatively, playing the lotto and crying in your car. And you're thinking to yourself, I want to quit, but I don't know how to do anything except this job. I'll just keep working like a zombie until I retire. And then I'm going to have all the money I dreamed of and work less. Still, at this point, at the top of your job, at the top of your profession, you still don't have the money that you thought that you would have. In contrast, this is the rate of exponential returns that you can figure out with the help of the So Money Society. 1, you get the perfect job in business that you worked all your life for. 2, you focus on what you love and what you are an expert in, and you cut out all the fat. 2, 3, the next step, you start a side gig or a new offer if you already have a business, doing something else that you believe in and that you love. This allows you not only to have that initial amount of income that you already have from your employment position, but another source of income that's slowly growing as you establish that business or offer. And thirdly, you start to invest the money, not only from your employment position, but from your new side gig or your new offer or your legitimate 100% running job as a business owner. And that exponentially increases your income and your wealth because it's putting more money into the investment system. You can see that with this system, you have 3 different ways that you are bringing in income. Eventually, as your business reaches a point where it's running on its own, it's profitable, it's bringing money in for you, and you feel stable with it, your investments are continuing to grow, and perhaps even you're getting money back from them. Then at that point, you may choose to decrease the amount of work that you're doing in your job as an employee. In fact, you may decide at one point that you don't want to be an employee anymore. That is perfectly fine. You can have a job, continue with your profession, and do all of the things as an employee. You may decide that it's time for you to end that part of your life. You get to choose when you have all 3 systems running. Let's face it, using the old method of just having one stream of income, your employment position or your limited partner position, where you're trading your time for money for somebody else, it's just not your vibe anymore. Which is why I created this So Money Business Accelerator. And I'm inviting you right now to apply. I want to help you find your way to make money without the hustle, where you have the time to enjoy work, and to be present for the rest of your life. This is a solution that you've been looking for. Here's the thing. I don't want you to have to buy all the other separate programs and have to piece it all together on your own. Maybe you've already tried this and it didn't work. Believe me, almost every day in my business, I find something that I don't know enough about, that I don't know how to do or implement. And I have taken all the courses. I have signed up for all the coaching programs. I just want you guys to know this information as easily as possible. You don't have to go through that feeling of, I don't know what to do and I don't know where to start now. The So Money Business Accelerator is a 16-week accelerated coaching program. It's designed to get you lasting results in starting or optimizing a business. It is followed by the opportunity to stay in the So Money Society monthly membership for as long as it takes. Honestly, I believe that society members should stay in the society for life. It is the place where you have the accountability, the support to maintain the goal setting capabilities that you have, whether it's your financial goal setting abilities or your personal goal setting journey. There is no other program out there designed to teach you how to go from little control over your time and your ability to make money to having the knowledge how, the mindset to increase your cash flow and your financial net worth while actually enjoying the ride. We combine high-level weekly life and business coaching and community support with a step-by-step course roadmap that you learn over 4 months. It's designed to give you the tools and the mindset to establish, grow, and diversify your income streams by starting and optimizing a business that you are passionate about and fulfilled by. You are the perfect fit if you need to find a way to create more time and money. If you are a high income earner on the edge of burnout, but whose income will drop if you work less. If you are a business owner working too hard and afraid of delegating to a team because you can't afford it. I can help you if you are one of those types of women. And the So Money Society is the perfect incubator for you to be able to make it happen. Here are some of the things that people in the society are saying. The content just keeps getting better and better. I look forward to our meetings every weekend. I've been listening to the weeks I missed, and they are so good. Honestly, Johanna, your coaching has made a difference. I pivoted my business because of Johanna's advice and couldn't be more excited about the changes I'm making to better serve my clients. With Johanna's support and guidance, I found the courage to accept an opportunity that changed the trajectory of my life. We have so much fun in the So Money Society because we are creating connections with each other. We are helping, supporting each other, getting help from other wise, ambitious women, and learning more about money and business and investing and things that as professionals, we may have missed along the way. Why apply now? This, you guys, is the perfect time to join the So Money Society and to gain access to the So Money Business Accelerator. The reason why is because at this time, for a limited time, we are only allowing a certain number of women into the society to begin the roadmap together as a cohort, depending on when your application is received. Right now, is the only time, you guys, to get the So Money Business Accelerator for free when you join the society. This is at the point of this live event. If you are watching this replay, it may be too late, but I encourage you to right now apply for the So Money Business Accelerator because you are getting it for free as a beta in the society. You will find whether you want to increase the optimization of your current business, whether you want to create a business right now, or whether you are just business curious with an entrepreneurial spirit, this is the course for you. Right now, it doesn't really matter. You just join the society and you gain all the benefits of the society. Plus, you get to experience what the So Money Business Accelerator is all about. Let me tell you a little bit more about what the So Money Society is. The So Money Society is my baby group. It is a mastermind membership filled with ambitious women with an entrepreneurial spirit, some of who have businesses and some of who don't, who want to create and achieve financial and life goals that actually fulfill and contribute to lives that they love. We do this through group coaching, teaching you how to self-coach. We do this through our Dream Big curriculum, which begins at the beginning of every year, at which point we direct ourselves as to what our goal is for the year and how we're going to achieve it. It includes support for that goal setting journey throughout the year. It allows you to learn a little bit more about finance, about business, about meditation, about optimizing your mind and optimizing your body. Whether you are ready to start or optimize your own business or not, right now is the only time to get the So Money Business Accelerator for free when you join the society. Very shortly from now, I will be selling the So Money Business Accelerator as a separate program from the society. If that sounds like something that you want to take advantage of, now is the time to go to www.somoneysociety.com/enroll. I am excited to see you in the So Money Society and to see you helping me beta the So Money Business Accelerator. I am inviting you right now to apply. Once you apply, I am so excited to see you enrolled. Remember, I am saving you a seat. You have self-selected yourself to get to this point with me. You've made it through the entire webinar, and it is time for you to sign up. I cannot wait to see you there. I'm saving you a seat.